Welcome to the Monday morning message. A couple of things I want to emphasize from yesterday's message about life in the pit. First one, when Joseph said to Jacob, "Here I am." And I made the point that we need to listen with open ears and an obedient heart. This principle helped guide Joseph throughout his life, from the time he went into prison, to the time he was in Potiphar's house, to the time he was in prison again, to the time he became the prime minister, the second in command of Pharaoh. Even after his dad died and he was facing his brothers, he still was listening to the voice of God. Now let me say, it doesn't matter how long you've been a Christian. It doesn't matter how many times you read the Bible. It doesn't matter how many sermons you listen to. We still have to listen to God with our ears and obey God with our heart. There is never a time in our Christian life where it's okay just to do our own thing, where we become too smart for God, and where we have it all figured out. Listen, we never have it figured out. We need to have a open ear and a submissive heart to God. Sometimes it's hard for leaders, for dads, for pastors, people that we think that we become immune. We don't have to listen to God anymore. We have all these other people listen to us. We become the authority. Listen, we always need to listen to the voice of God. The other point I want to make is about Reuben and how we saw what his brothers were doing. He stood up and he said, "I am going to do something." A couple of illustrations I forgot to mention. And when we talk about doing something, a lot of times we think about, I got to go to the mission field, we got to do this. No, it can be a little thing. Last Sunday night, I was going with one of my daughters. We visited somebody. There was a family. They were in the middle of moving. They were in turmoil, and you could just see there was a great need. So I said, let's do something. Let's prepare some meals for this family. I told the mother, next 4 days from Faith Baptist Church, we're going to bring you a meal every night. Thank the people that helped out. This week, we ended up babysitting for about 4 or 5 days, helping somebody out as they were moving. And I was excited, thinking, man, I can't wait to have great grandchildren. This is awesome. But helping out people or doing something, when you see a need, that's what Reuben did. He saw the need. He stood up. He heard it. He saw it. He said, I'm going to do something. It's time for us to be a blessing. It may just be a phone call. How many times I just picked up the phone and called a pastor or called somebody and just called them up just to see how they are doing. I remember a pastor a few months ago, I called him up, and because I was a missionary, it's always like, okay, what does Brother Santino want? Does he want some money for a project? And I said to him, I just called to see how you doing. And he was like, oh, okay. Somebody's interested in me. So to do something, it doesn't have to be a big thing. Maybe it can be a little thing. But if we want to influence people for Christ, it's not sticking a track in their nose. You know what it is? It's having radical compassion for people and showing them the love of Christ, even if it costs you something, even if it costs you some money, some time, some meal preparation, some sitting down to talk. It's time for us as a church to have this attitude. I'm going to look at the needs, see the needs, and help somebody.